need a pair of pliers. The only thing you need pliers for is take that apart. You just need 2 small screwdrivers and then a Phillips, but you're going to need some kind of punch this out of the old one. Houston, we have a problem. The wife pulled the chain to turn the ceiling fan off. The chain broke. It's supposed to be right there. What am I going to do? There is no way of turning this fan off. And this is one of these expensive Hunters, but I have no way. The only way I can think of to turn it off is to flip the breaker. I'm not an electrician. I don't mess with this stuff hot. Well, there's the pull chain right there, and it looks like it's been repaired once, but now it's been busted off on the end. Okay, we managed to kill the power, which is first thing we're going to do. We're going to take all these globes loose, try and reduce some of the weight, and then we're going to take these screws loose. All right, we're going to start by trying to take these screws loose, but I can't hold a camera and do this at the same time because the whole thing's wanting to pivot on me, so I'll be... Okay. Feels like it wants to fall. Yeah, here we go. All right. Cool. So we can just take that harness loose and we can take this thing down and work on it. Cool. There we go. That's what we need to replace. All right. What you're going to do is you need to squeeze. You're going to squeeze that, and that's what lifts that dog up. Push down on it. Okay. Now that we're in here, I do notice I had a bunch of wires that were really smashed bad, which I don't understand. See that one? This is what we need to replace. This thing right here. See, I don't understand why it's got smashed wires. Huh. First thing we're going to do, we're going to take this thing apart. We got 2 clips right here. We're going to pop this thing apart. All you got to do is put a screwdriver on this. All I had to do was push on those 3 little tabs, and it starts coming right apart. So I can't hold a camera and take this apart, so be right back at you. Okay, it's pretty wild how that works, huh? Pretty wild. Every time you turn this, it's going to spin that to make the contacts. So now we're going to try and take this apart, see if we can reattach a chain. My camera quit recording. So what we did, we took the broken piece of chain out of this right here. We popped this out. We took the remainder chain, we popped it back in this groove, put it up through the hole, and flipped it over there. And this is held in place. Spring that's going to go into that slot. Just like that. And then this, that groove goes onto that little part of that spring right there that sticks out. This part, you have to flip this around. I guess I need to get some hemostats or something here. Right like that. But you got to get the chain out. so you can push this down. And then you're going to hold this down with your screwdriver. It's almost like putting brushes in. And this is going to go like this. But in order to get that like that, hold that down, we're going to have to come from up above and hold that groove down. Hold that gear down. And then we're going to snap this back into place. Guys, I don't know if that recorded or not. Next thing I know, I look at my camera and it's turned off. But on the underside, right here, there's a little plastic ramp. And that, you have to load this spring. You got to turn this spring back about 180 degrees. You're going to have to hold that there. And then with this screwdriver, you got to put it in that groove and keep it there, holding down to keep that spring from coming back, because you got to load it. And then you're going to put this piece in here, and that little ramp right there is what's holding this. And when you get this thing together, so that ramp's holding this piece, and you got to be able to do that right there. You have to take this and turn it about 180 degrees, and you're going to have to hold it there, and then this piece here you got to put here, and then push this piece in there. But you got to load this spring. There we go. Well, there's no way that I could put this thing together with that hanging off. All right. This here is going to snap back onto here. So to guide it, we have these keys right here. They're going to guide right into there. Just like that. To make sure it works. All right, cool. All right, now, and what's going to hold this in place? I'm just wondering if I shouldn't take a file to this, because this is worn pretty doggone good. But that's what holds this into place. This right here. That's what holds our switch. See, what breaks it, you need to pull it out straight. What breaks this is when you're pulling straight down like this. So you're pulling it at a 90-degree angle, and that's what's going to bust it. You need to pull it out like that. Get everything laying back in here halfway decent. We'll try and put, I don't know if we have to, there's several other ways I could do this, but all right, let's see if that works. That works. Go hang it up on the ceiling. Now we got to try and finagle everything back up in there. I think I might have to loosen them all back up. All right, when you turn this ceiling fan, you got to turn it on and off like this. Don't be pulling down. See the wear on the chain? It has to go like that, or it's all going to happen again. Taking these globes off helped tremendously. I can't imagine holding the amount of weight that would have taken. Is all I could do to hold it up to begin with without all those globes on there. Success. We rebuilt it. It's fixed. Check it out. Rebuilt the chain pull switch. Didn't buy anything, didn't buy a new one, just fixed the broken chain. Instead of pulling down at a 90-degree angle, when you pull down a 90-degree angle, you know, like I showed you earlier, it's actually worn right in through there. So don't do that. Another piece of advice, take your globes off, because that excess weight, it was hard enough to put these 3 screws, get them lined up and get them in there. But the weight of those globes would have made it almost impossible with kneeling on the bed, because the bed's directly underneath of this thing.